Now, there's a term that has become more familiar with Nigerians over the past week. The term is carpooling. And there are quite a few people that have decided to carpool. I know that there's a really interesting story Mike wants to share, but I thought we should actually mention what it means so that people will understand what it is, for those that never heard it. It's basically sharing your car journey so that more than one person travels in the same vehicle, meaning that you spend less on fuel, there's less stress on every individual in the car driving, so they share the stress over the week. So if, for instance, there are 5 people in the car, each day of the week, one person drives, and so on and so forth. So these days, there is the money factor.
Because you said there's less stress on the people.
Yes,
there's more stress on the car and more stress on the fuel.
Not really, though. So if each person does actually own a car, that car goes out only once in 5 days.
From that point.
That's from the Oyinbo type of car.
Exactly. If all of you stay around one area and then you're going to somewhere, it does make sense because yes, less stress on the car.
Yeah.
If one day it goes out, carries everybody, the remaining days it's just chilling and sitting.
Yeah, exactly.
No, there's this quite very funny story about this particular guy who wasn't carpooling, he was taking his neighbors to work. I saw the thread. He lives in Mowe, according to what's the thread. He lives in Mowe and he works in Ikeja, somewhere along Bank Anthony. So he picks them, drops at beggars sometimes, and then takes to Ikeja or somehow. And they're his neighbors, and they don't do anything. So it was all of that before subsidy removal. And then subsidy removal came, and then he bought. He said he still took them while he was using the old stock he bought. But the moment he filled his tank, now a 50-liter tank is nothing less than 24,000. You understand? If you go by 488. So he spent that and filled his tank once, and it was like, took them to us and said, look, you guys have to contribute for me. And they said, no, we are your neighbors now. It's not where you are going. Even if we don't contribute, you still go there now. You understand? You still go there. Does it change anything? You know, you carry empty now. Okay. The next day, Baba left house to house earlier and picked people by the junction and took them to Beggar. And they paid 500 naira. And then so we're now going to Ikeja, and they added 200 naira on top.
Wow.
What? I understand. And then he came back, and then after the neighbors came to negotiate, say, okay, Baba, let's negotiate this money. You can. He said, no, I already have my set of people, because I got their numbers. And then we now connect, oh, hey, how far are you going today? And then we move and all of that.
Yeah.
So they missed a chance.
They played themselves.
You know, they play themselves. They play themselves. You know, and it's all about how people are trying to go around all of this with all of that. You know,
adjusting.
But, yeah, that's quite a funny story. But the one that really, got me, thinking, is this safe, was when I saw some generators running with gas.
Oh,
some people have already connected their gas to generators.
Wow.
And then I went to do some research. And I actually found out that it is actually more efficient, safer, more green, and even cheaper to use gas.
Wait. Well, it depends on how it's been connected.
Yes.
So please don't just go out and plug your gas. We did not tell you to do it or wake up Nigeria.
Where do you, even if you want to plug, where do you want to plug it?
That's what I'm saying.
No. Go and plug.
No.
Where do you want to plug it?
Please,
no, the thing is this, the thing is that a generator that uses gas is a different kind of generator.
Okay, fantastic.
You cannot go and use this fuel engine. Where would you want to plug the gas? Where do you want to plug it?
Speaking about correct plugs and doing things the right way, I also came across a video, which I actually shared with you, of someone actually making diesel, PMS, I think, and kerosene.
Actually making their own.
Making it, like locally making it. And I'm like, okay.
How? How exactly?
My dear. I can't.
So making a type of fuel.
We need to be very careful because so I grew up in the Niger Delta, and then we have quite a lot of cases of refineries, local refineries,
mini refineries,
bunker oil and all that. So yes, people can locally refine and do all of that, but you have to be very careful. They are not up to international standards. Sometimes you see some brands of drinks and they tell you that it's double filtered, someone tell you it's triple filtered, because they have to go through some processes. With those local refining, they can't go through that kind of process. So the thing you have to be careful about is black market. My friend's car now is locked down because of black market.
Wow.
Went to buy black market because there was no fuel on the road, and he has to spend over 200,000 to fix his car because he bought black market fuel.
Please,
and it's not like it was cheaper.
It wasn't
course,
cheaper, it was
more
more
expensive.
expensive.
That's the funny thing.
More expensive.
So
That's the funny thing. So you do have to be careful.
Yeah.
yes.
You do have to be
take care.
careful.
It's really
You know,
scary.
for that one with the gen, what happens is that they have a special kind of carburetor. You understand? That's the type that can convert natural gas, as it were,
Yeah.
to power, to generate power. You know. So now the point now in general, I'm just trying to say is that you cannot do it on your normal gen. Let me just, it's not like you can carry it up your distance. You can't even, do you know where to connect? But it is scientific people do it, and yes, there are gens like that you can use natural gas.
But just for the sake of, creating alternatives for people, or carpooling is actually an interesting idea.
It is.
It is a good idea.
I did
If,
it-
for instance, you are in a compound where there are like 4
did it.
flats, there are probably like 6 cars in the compound, and all of you are basically going to in the same direction, have conversations
very
about
unlikely.
it.
You said you did it. What type did you
That's
do?
very
You said
unlikely.
different types.
Yeah, one of my producers, Halima, I just called. They were like, okay, hey, let me
let's
join
go.
you.
Yeah.
And the way we can do, because we stay not too far from it, we
Yeah.
are like 3 or 4. But the point is that we might work on different days. But if we do work on the same day, what I'm saying is unlikely. It's not improbable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I mean is unlikely is that 6 people in Lagos with 6 cars are going to the same place. It's highly the probability.
surprised.
You understand? I'm not saying that it's
Yeah.
not possible. I'm just saying that people go to different places.
What
But-
about for school runs? for
but
instance?
Maybe
Maybe
what
your
I'm saying is
kids
that-
are all going to the same school.
Get people around that area.
Yes.
And the question is, would you carpool? In fact, I think that's like a rhetoric question.
Yeah.
Because, it will help. It will help, especially if people now switch
Cars
and
around
say
and
to them, we
around.
go with you and we go with you.
But then again, let's talk about the one that is more prevalent here in Nigeria, right? Because the truth of the issue, I don't know, from the way I'm seeing it, I don't know if 6 people have cars. I mean, it's an option, yes, but the Nigerian I know and the Nigerians I know, everybody wants to they have their car for a reason. They want everybody to know they have the car. So that one is on one side. So I know the one that is more prevalent here is picking people off. Because I know when I used to be in Abuja, I used to drive. And then on my way to work, I literally just randomly pick people going in my direction. Do you understand? So, I mean, from the guy, I know the neighbors might think, oh, no, you're still going to the same place, just like that and everything. But then again, he's also thinking of his expenses and how he has to generate more money to do that. So, yeah, that's the question. So, Mike, now, for instance, you're going
Would I
to
pick
university.
people?
Would you pick people?
So
and would
this
you
is,
charge
you
them?
have to be careful.
Aha.
I leave home very early.
Of course.
This is where you have to start. For me now, you have to watch it because we know one chance, a lot of things, robberies and all that could happen. This is my tip for you. Yes, I would, if possible, if I get
collect
right
money?
people, I would. Yes, of course. Of course. Collect money, yes. But this is what happened. The way you start it, when you end, you have to look, see, I used to tell you, some places you go to, there's the way you dress and there's the way you walk. There's a kind of song you can put in your car when you're carpooling. Don't be playing songs like all these.
What?
Don't play Simi. And,
wow.
Play songs like all this Burna Boy, Tiwa Savage.
Ashake.
And when they enter the con, they be yelling gigi. Then when you look at them, you use deep voice.
Strong voice.
Strong voice. And then make sure that you strong voice so that even if they want to die,
Apply to male and female.
Yes, look at the people you are picking. Where you go?
Wow.
I'm just saying,
Right.
be careful. Don't just go and pick anybody ahead.
Really?
If not, you find out you might be trekking the next day.
But but
careful.
I would think for if you know some kids in your neighborhood and they're going to school, it might be helpful because transportation for kids as well is getting expensive. It's just some things to look to. While homeschooling is also an option for some people, but it's still a bit far in the future for
Very,
many.
very far.
At this point, we're going to be taking a quick break, but we'll be back with so much more on Wake Up Nigeria.